Hey guys, Milena Scantlin here with ENTV, talking with Awardsline editor Christy Grosz and Deadline Awards columnist Pete Hammond. Now, you guys had a big night last night at the Emmys. Pete, how was the show?
Yeah, well, you know, the show was hit and miss. The Emmys always are, award shows always are. You know, I was really looking forward to Jimmy Kimmel hosting, because I love his show, I love him. I thought he was kind of flat. I don't know. I didn't think all the jokes played, at least in the room where I was sitting.
Right.
Maybe on television it was better, but I was disappointed in some of the gags and things. I didn't think that whole bit where, you know, that viral bit where he had Tracy Morgan laying on stage worked at all. You know, and other bits just fell flat for me.
Give us your point of view. How was the show for you?
You know, I agree with Pete. I think the show was a little uneven. I love Jimmy Kimmel as well, but I felt like some of that stuff just didn't really work. I mean,
It could have been better.
it could have been better.
But Homeland was a hit last night.
Yeah, Homeland was amazing.
5 wins.
I think as soon as it started winning in those acting categories, people were like, "Oh, this is gonna be a sweep."
You know, it's really remarkable for Homeland because it's only been on for, what, 10 episodes on Showtime? This is a first-time show. It managed to do something that Mad Men did 5 years ago when it won in its first season and shocked everybody. And then that went in and won for 4 years in a row. And this could happen with Homeland. It's such a popular show. It's, in fact, President Obama's favorite show, we learned.
Do you think that helped it out?
I think it brings attention to a show.
Foreshadowing the upcoming election.
Yes, you know, and speaking of that, Mad Men, everybody was shocked, you know.
17 nominations. They didn't win anything.
0.
What happened, Pete?
I don't really know. You know, Emmy voting is individuals and things, and it just didn't play in any of those things. But it's shocking and shameful that it has never won an acting award. Mad Men has never won a single acting award in 5 seasons on the air. Academy, you should be ashamed of yourself, and you've got to rectify that one of these years. Because, I mean, I don't think this has ever happened in the history of the Emmys, you know, where you have a show that's won and been this acclaimed of a drama series and not had one of their actors recognized.
Yeah.
Christy, what does that say?
Well, I think, you know, honestly, I think in a lot of ways it says something more about Homeland because the show was able to make such a big splash right out of the gate. That says that there's this groundswell of support for Homeland, sadly to the detriment of Mad Men.
Yeah. Let's talk about voter backlash. American Horror Story.
Yes.
They put themselves in a different category this year. Do you think that maybe they didn't win because the voters...
I think there was controversy over that, but I don't think it was going to win no matter where it was, really. Jessica Lange was an obvious choice in the supporting category that will not exist after this year. They're getting rid of those supporting movie miniseries categories. But other than that, I wasn't surprised that got aced out by other shows. I was very happy to see Game Change actually win. A 2-hour movie in the movie miniseries category actually triumphed over the miniseries. I thought, and I said here to you, I thought Hatfields and McCoys would pull it out because it's big, it's epic, it's the kind of thing Emmy voters love, and it did win for Kevin Costner and Tom Berenger and some other awards, but the big award went to Game Change, which was nice, that a movie, the little engine that could, I call it there at the Emmys.
Yeah. Did you see it coming, Christy? You thought Hatfields and McCoys would win as well.
I absolutely did. I mean, it did so well in the ratings, and you've got 3 parts of this epic historical series against, you know, a single 2-hour movie on HBO. So yeah, I did think Hatfields was going to pull it off.
Yeah, it was great to see Julianne Moore, though, win for actress, and I loved her speech when she got up and said, wears it as a badge of honor that Sarah Palin did not like this. So.
Okay, let's switch gears a little bit to comedy. Jon Cryer had a huge night.
Yeah, I think nobody saw that coming. I think that was a real shock.
He didn't even see it coming.
No, he absolutely didn't see it coming. Based on his speech, he didn't see it coming at all.
I think it was because he basically, you know, it was a pity vote for all that he had to go through. He's such a talented guy, and he had to play there. You know, when Charlie Sheen was pulling all this stuff and everything.
He had to carry the show.
And he had to carry the show. And then they put him in lead this year, and I thought that was a really dumb move. I thought it was never going to work. And look, he pulls off this big Emmy upset. good for him. I talked to Chuck Lorre, the producer of the show, who went through all of that, and I pointed out too that Kathy Bates had won a guest actress Emmy for playing Charlie Harper, the Charlie Sheen character, something Charlie Sheen never did in all those years he was on the show, and he was nominated several times. So now you have Cryer actually winning in the category Charlie always lost in, and you had Kathy Bates winning for playing that character. So it was quite sweet revenge, I think, for the 2.5 Men group over there. And it was really nice to see Julia Louis-Dreyfus, as we predicted that she would win for Veep in its first year, to win in the comedy actress category. I thought that was great, and I thought that was a wonderful bit. Speaking of comedy bits that actually worked on the Emmys, once again, thanks to Amy Poehler pulling off that gag with her and having her read Amy Poehler's acceptance speech that wasn't to happen for Parks and Rec, I thought was really inspired, and they brought a lot of fun to that category, as they did last year when all 6 of the nominees went up on stage. So I thought it was great that she won, and as for the rest of the comedy, you know, Modern Family, you know, very, very predictable.
And Sofia Vergara, I loved what she said. You know, I'll keep coming back to the Emmys even though Julie keeps winning my awards.
Yeah.
Maybe the Emmys needs an ensemble category, and you can just take care of it like the SAG has, because it's sad to see Ed O'Neill sitting out there never getting an Emmy, or Jesse Tyler Ferguson, you know, having to applaud every time he's, mentioned on stage, but doesn't get up there himself. I think maybe it's time for an ensemble category.
Yeah, and I think just as a voter, it's hard for shows like Mad Men, like Modern Family, that are so ensemble driven, to pick who the best is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're all working together, and that's why.
So I'm going to rely on you guys to take that to the board, pitch it, come back to us, and let us know what happens. Thanks, you guys, so much. I'm Elena Scantlin with ENTV. You can always follow Awardsline editor Christy Grosz on Twitter at Christy Grosz, and Deadline's award columnist Pete Hammond at Deadline Pete. Be sure to subscribe to ENTV for all your entertainment news first.
Hey, I'm Noah Gould, and you're watching ENTV. Hey, I'm Rico Rodriguez from Modern Family, and you're watching ENTV.
My name's Chris Pratt, and you are watching